Hi, everybody. My name is Sarah, Pearls of Wisdom and Food with keto, carnivore, carnivish, low carbs, total carbs. And that's how I do it. And if any of you have emailed me and said, these are my macros, what do you think? I can't lose weight. It's like, get as close to zero carbs as you can. Try it for a week. If it works and you adjust, guess what? You have a new food plan. Simple as that. And things will happen metabolically for you. And perhaps your plateau will be over, your stall will be over, you'll start losing, you'll feel better, the aches and pains will totally go away. Just some cool stuff that can happen when you get to zero carbs. And you won't be vegetable deprived. Although I loved my vegetables, they stopped loving me a couple of years ago. And I still fought it. I just thought that, things just happened the way that they did, and just to get over it and myself. So one of the cool things about being 68, almost 69, is that the perfection thing diminishes and fades a little bit. I still want to do a good job. I still want to please myself and others and just do the right thing, of course, but that strive, that competitive strive for perfection, to look to your left, look to your right, be like other people that we know, women that we know, it just goes away, and just enjoying the heck out of every day is what I'm left with, and it does work for me. I'm happy and content and satiated with my foods. It, you know, it. I don't know what I was striving for. I suppose I was striving to be skinny. That always seemed like, well, that's what you're supposed to do, isn't it? Isn't, do you, do you want to die with hip bones that are, pop out under the sheet? I don't know if any of you are as nutty as me, but like that was kind of like my goal, just to have a cadaver-like body. But oh, she was skinny, I don't know. That's the crazy part. And I'm happy with what I weigh now, what I can eat now, how my day goes now, and it just works. I do OMAD, which is 1 meal a day, and I have 3 cups of coffee that Dr. Sivers calls bridges. And, they are my bridges. They're my bridges to either the next cup of coffee or towards my OMAD that I have between 2 and 3 every day. I work overnight, so on overnight nights, I go to bed at 4:30 in the afternoon. And on regular nights, I go to bed at 7. And then I do get up to do my Ubering and lifting. I do set an alarm, although, I wake up before it. And so I'm up early today. I've showered, done my hair. Pizza crust is cooling on top of the stove for my fathead pizza later today. And I will turn on my little apps for my Uber and my Lyft when I'm done with this video, and off to the races I go. I get a lot of time still at home, so I like that. So I can answer comments on the video and just do household things. It's a perfect job for me. And right now it's rather lucrative because it's summer and I'm taking people here and there. And, the stuff I hear from the back seat is like incredible. This one woman was saying to this other man, "Oh, we were so delighted we could get the place in Spain we wanted, and it was only $3,000 a night." Oh, okay. I guess I live in a different world. My deal would be, and the porterhouse was $5.99 a pound, and they were so nice and thick, and they had the great big fillet on them, the great big tenderloin on the other side of the bone. That would be my find. How about you guys? So last night I had a U.S. Wellness burger, and I've never had one. I ordered the pound of burger, and it was a 10-ounce burger, and then 6 ounces I fried. I browned in the pan for my fathead pizza for today, so it worked out. But it was a delicious burger. And when I plow through the other ones that I have in the freezer, I will definitely get more U.S. Wellness Burger 8515 when a sale comes upon them. And tomorrow we're having their ribeyes, their French ribeyes. Have any of you been watching The Butcher? It's just fascinating. I just love how they do it. And the one that we watched last night, they the two contenders, when it gets down to the final, they have to do meat beast or something like that. And this was a wild boar, and you know, a lot of the same cuts as a little piggy, and it looked great. They had you know, tenderloin, they had bacon, they had jerky, roasts. They took the pork belly and they wrapped it around another cut of the pork and then tied it up. Now that sounds like something that would be delicious. So anyway, I do enjoy that, and I didn't know if any of you were watching it. It's either on the Discovery or the History, or, you know, one of those channels that carries things like that. Loved it. And I've been recording MasterChef with Gordon Ramsay because I like him, and some of you know the personal reason why. It's kind of a funny story, but not one I'm going to tell here. But yeah, so to watch that, I've never watched it in all the seasons it's been on, but so it's fun. It's fun. I like not necessarily cooking shows, but I like those, you know, like the Butcher Show, because it just shows the incredible talent that butchers have, and the three judges have taught me a lot as well. So I've enjoyed that. And so as far as who am I watching, the usual array of people. Mike Carnivore, and I have been emailing privately about, you know, his situation and our lives, and we probably won't do Girly and the Cowboy till September because it's very busy for me, and it's extremely busy with no end date in sight for him for his responsibility with his parents. So that's just the way that it goes. It's summer, and I told him don't feel guilty, because like a lot of people aren't really watching us as much as they can in the dark, cold winter, right? So, you know, we're all a little bit freer and need to know that other people might have busyness surrounding them in the summer as well. And we as YouTube creators also have that going on. So that's how we're rolling here. What do I have planned for the week? The French ribeyes from U.S. Wellness, a hunk of lamb to cook on the big green egg, nice and fatty. I'm going to pick up some ribeyes from BJ's. I'm also going to pick up some fillets from BJ's. I did not have the fish that I planned. Greg had it 2 nights in a row. It wasn't salmon. They didn't have any. They only had wild caught frozen, and it's like, no, I want the fresh. So I ended up getting haddock, and he had it both nights. So I had beef all last week as well. And so, yep, we'll cook on the big green egg. Greg got me a treat. He got me a big green egg pizza cutter, and we do have their stone. We haven't cooked a pizza on the stone for a long time. I do the crust in the oven, the fathead crust, and now it'll sit there today, and I will begin to assemble the pizza so we can eat between 2 and 3, because it's a work night for me. So life is good. I have no complaints. The recordings that I watch are interesting. I see who's there and I plug in. You know, I try not to miss a Dr. Georgia Eid. I try not to miss Dr. Sivers. He's got tons of videos, and they're all like an hour or more. So I'm perfectly content with seeing all of his, and a lot of the other Low Carb USA. They're all great contenders, and I listen to them and I learn so much. Sean Baker as well, and he's kind of gotten, maybe he always was, but when he's doing his HPO, it's not as evident, but he did one about just a shout out about, how we have to really unite, and how the vegan world and the economic world is saying, how we're wasting the planet, we're costing the planet, how the cows and the methane gas and, the space that our products take up. So he really wants, us to get behind him and the words that he has. He's got a lot of power in the carnivore world. So it's all interesting. I love it. And yes, I still have my fathead pizza on Saturday. It's something that I enjoy. It saves me. It's just like a Band-Aid or an insurance policy against any cravings I might have. And it's become more carnivore as we've gone along. I use less almond flour than I used. I used one more egg today, so it just changes the batter of the crust. It still is very fathead, but I don't use much Rao's pizza sauce on it, although there's a smear, but not a lot. And yeah, the rest of my week is pretty much, you see it. It's beef, it's eggs. Sometimes it's chopped green onion tops, sometimes none, sometimes a slice of cheese on the scrambled part, sometimes the eggs are fried. It may look boring to some of you, but it is definitely something that in my wheelhouse. I like the small choices, the short list of choices. They just satisfy me. I'm not sick of the food. I know that a lot of you that do the carnivore aren't sick of your food either. I do like to have one or two things on the plate, though. So it's like the eggs and the beef. Next week it'll be beef, eggs, and lamb. And so, when I have things like that, that to me, that's the variety of it all. And so that's how I'm doing it. My email address is below if you need me. I still have mugs. I still do phone consults. I still do a wee tad bit of coaching with Chronometer. I try to answer your questions that you send by way of email, short, quick questions. I care. And so that's how I do it. I also love PayPal donations, as a lot of you know. It's really well appreciated. And so I thank you very much for your following and your comments and your participation in my channel. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you the next time, because there will be a next time. Bye-bye for now.